Yeah. Stay cleansing.
Go, go, go. I am taking my left hand off the computer.
Yep, me too.
Ooh, it's me again. Moving to the middle. Alright, this is free.
Oh
Got it.
no.
Guardian
there we go.
down.
Easy.
Yay!
Hold
I'll
on.
work for damage.
I have to cover this mod in detail, don't I? Hey everyone, Scooby-Foo here. What in the world is going on with fusion rifles? I took 1 week to make a video on Lucky Pants. 1 week! And now it's 1k this, Sleeper that, and Telesto the besto better than the resto over there. What is going on? Particle deconstruction? Another debuff just for hitting the enemy? Oh, yeah. Oh, alright, I see. Particle Deconstruction is the mod defining our seasonal meta this time around. Let's see what it does, and what it probably shouldn't do. Starting with the exact text of the mod, it reads, dealing damage to a combatant with a fusion rifle or linear fusion rifle grants bonus damage with a fusion rifle or linear fusion rifle against that combatant for a short duration. This effect stacks up to 5 times. In other words, you shoot the enemy with a fusion or LFR to deal more damage to them with a fusion or LFR. For more exact numbers, it's roughly 7 to 8% damage per stack of the bonus, capping out at 5 stacks for a 40% increase to damage. In terms of stacking, each bolt from a linear fusion rifle will add individual stacks, meaning one full burst from any fusion rifle will result in the full 40%. There is some weird thing where subsequent bolts in the initial burst won't receive the damage bonus from the bolts before them, except for rapid fire fusions, which will receive the full bonus for the last couple bolts. But it doesn't make too much of a difference. For exotics, the answer to does this exotics thing stack particle deconstruction is always yes. If the exotic deals any extra tick of damage, examples being Jotun's burn ticks, Telesto's bolt sticking, and 1k's priming beam, those will stack particle deconstruction, meaning for cases like 1k or Telesto, your first shot will receive the full damage bonus due to the initial sticks applying PD. Also, there is no cooldown or limit to how often you can apply or reapply stacks of PD to enemies, nor is there a cap on how many enemies you can affect with it. Vex Mythoclast and Linear Fusion Rifles will apply 1 stack per shot, so you may want to use something else to pre-stack the bonus for LFRs, or just shoot the enemy a bit before using the LFR mode with Vex. Alright, so, that's good. That's really good. More damage than Breach and Clear gave, good. But that's not enough for 1k to start one-phasing Atheon. Hell, it's only 10% more damage than what you'd get with just a tether in that case. There's something going on here, and it's why I haven't been calling this a debuff. I'll just say it. This stacks with Tether and other debuffs like that, except for Divinity for some reason. Sorta. Asterisk. If you apply the debuff first, by, say, using Tractor Cannon, then shooting your fusion, particle deconstruction will not work. However, if you shoot your fusion first, then apply your normal debuff, you'll receive both bonuses in full, resulting in an extra 82% damage to the enemy with just those two alone. This is how we're seeing 1k Voices one-phase Atheon, and it's why I think particle deconstruction is kinda dumb. Let's grab some numbers to put this all in perspective. Let's use Whisperer the Worm, Deathbringer, Lord of Wolves, and Hawkmoon as our comparison points for Sleeper, 1k Voices, Merciless, and Vex Mythoclast, respectively. The only buff, debuff, or modifier we'll be using is Particle Deconstruction. Hawkmoon versus Vex first. How are things stacking up? Well, mostly equal. Mostly. Their DPS is nearly entirely the same, difference is less than 1,000. Doesn't look that out of line, but, well, Temporal Unlimiter. Making the bold assumption that you've already stacked Particle Deconstruction by shooting the enemy 5 times before switching to Vex's LFR mode, you're dealing a real quick 153,000 damage over 3.2 seconds, far outpacing Hawkmoon. Of course, this is only a burst of damage, but after that you're still just going back to equal with Hawkmoon. Alright, nothing crazy here. Vex is definitely better, but it's a recently buffed raid exotic with an additional 40% damage added on it, so that's a-okay by me. But that's not the full picture, is it? Hawkmoon is a completely regular hand cannon until that final thick shot, whereas Vex Mythoclast is that good all the time, which means it feels so much better. In my opinion, this is why Vex feels so overpowered even when there's other exotic primaries that deal the same or higher DPS. I mean, Hawkmoon deals 1700% increased damage on the last bullet, but you don't see anyone yammering to get that thing nerfed into the ground. But I think that might change if every single bullet dealt 189% increased damage instead. I mean, imagine how good a hand cannon that deals nearly triple damage all the time would feel. Anyways, moving on. Merciless versus Lord of Wolves. This is where we start to see the difference, though comparing Vex to more easily used exotics brings it much further in the lead, but whatever, let's move on. If you couldn't guess, Merciless handily beats Lord of Wolves in both DPS and total damage. And to be clear, it doesn't just beat Lord of Wolves. It also beats Izanagi's Burden, Cloudstrike, Chaperone, every other fusion rifle, Duality, Lorenz Driver, Arbalist, Ariana's Vow, and every trace rifle. It only loses out to 4th Horseman because, of course, Chaperone with Roadborn active, and that's it. Oh, you don't want to use Merciless. That's fine, just use a Vorpal Cartesian Coordinate instead, you'll only be losing about 10% of your DPS. So, 1K Voices versus... What do you mean it beats everything? Wait, everything except Deathbringer? The one thing I was gonna compare it to. Shit, Sleeper 2? Well, I mean, what else is there for me to even say? They beat Acreus, all grenade launchers, machine guns, hell, even the exotic swords fall slightly behind. It's a foregone conclusion at this point that particle deconstruction is going to be used for every boss DPS phase, a whole lot of builds. This is going to be a season for the fusions. I hope you like hearing 1K's firing noise. Oh, and because it's a question I've seen quite a few people ask, 1K and Sleeper deal nearly the same DPS, with 1K technically being worse because of its lower total damage, but still winning for real usage scenarios due to not needing to hit crits. But if you don't have 1K, Sleeper with its Catalyst will do just fine for boss DPS. But let's ask the central question here, should particle deconstruction get nerfed? Alternatively, should we ever get something this powerful in the artifact again? My opinion is yes and no. I don't think the actual damage increase from particle deconstruction needs nerfed, but it absolutely should not be stacking with other debuffs, especially in a season where we have Focusing Lens as well. It's not the end of the world if it doesn't get nerfed though, since it'll only be around for this season. As far as ever getting anything this powerful again, probably not. Again, I don't think particle deconstruction is a huge issue outside of the ability to stack it with other debuffs, so as long as whatever we get in the future doesn't have that issue, I'm fine. And I think that's it. Particle deconstruction is dumb, with a capital D. Whether that's a bad thing or not is up to you. If you enjoyed, be sure to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more like this. You can also join Discord if you want to interact with the community I'm building up, as well as a place for stream and video notifications. Twitter exists too if you'd prefer there for notifications. For now though, I've been Scooby Foo. Thank you for watching.